Hey, I saw 900 watts of solar panels for $300, brand new. So I've chucked them on the roof. They're coming through here. I'm going to run some conduit for them later. At the moment, I'm just repurposing my hanging board. I've got a couple of isolators, so each panel will come in, the left panel there, right panel there, and they're running at, they're about 35 volts, and this can take up to 100 volts, 20 amps. So they're running at about 80%. And then I'm just going to mount these two batteries that I've got and chuck an inverter up. These already have their own fuses, and I'm using 6mm wire. Then it comes down to the junction where they connect together, so 20 plus 20 is 40 amps, and we're using a 50 amp connector and larger wiring. That'll allow me to make the battery and inverter portable for camping trips. Now we get earthquakes here, so I'm going to attach a hook to the top, and that'll be easily turnable and removable. Alright. Make sure you use a fuse as well. I'm going to use this battery mounted fuse and put it straight on the positive terminal, so every cable leaving this will be protected. This is the double stud fuse holder. Just bolt it down and then we'll drop the fuse onto there, and that makes the connection between the bolt and the metal plate through the fuse. So I've got the feed from the solar panel here. This one is going to the inverter, and this is the sense wire for the 24 volt shunt. And there we have it, everything's connected. For these size cables, we probably should be using a 100 amp fuse and a second 100 amp fuse, since there's two cables. I'm going to be upsizing the cables that I've just made. These 25mm lugs and cables, and I've got a 120 amp disconnector for that. This inverter can pull about 83 amps when it's fully loaded at 2000 watts. But that'll be very rarely done. Maybe you're boiling a jug for 3 minutes or something like that. Half of this here is just temporary for testing. This cuts the voltage down to 12 volts for my contactor. Bought this on Temu just to see how good it is, to give me a battery percentage readout. I can confirm it is all made up bullshit. Here's the Victron one that tells me on the app the battery's currently sitting at 50%, and here's the Temu one. It's very accurate on the current reading and the voltage, but the state of charge is completely made up. Probably works for lead acid battery, but here it's saying 98% when in reality the batteries are sitting at 50%. So wouldn't recommend buying that. This is a changeover switch that I've built and been testing. It's got a 12 volt relay in there, and when it gets a signal from the inverter, it'll energize this changeover contactor. That's triggered by these charge controllers. They've got a little load output, and when the battery voltage is high, it'll switch it on, and when it gets low, it'll switch it off. Then I've also run it through a contactor here, so just in case we lose power or this overloads, it'll switch over. And there we go, it's automatically changed back to mains power. I'll switch it back on and you'll hear this thing actually does a soft start, and you'll see this thing contactor takes a while to engage as the voltage ramps up slowly. That's quite the upgrade from my version 1 changeover switch. Changes it. This system runs the fridge non-stop. It's been on for the last 7 months, and also the air conditioning, so I can switch that on when the sun's out and it'll run it all day long. And if I need to run the heat pump, it'll run it for about 2.5 hours on these batteries. And it covers the fridge pretty much all the time, unless we get like a week of cloudy weather, and then it will automatically switch over. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be doing an update. All this is just a testing ground, and it'll be going into my caravan sometime soon. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.